We are currently living through a historical period known as the Anthropocene. Beginning with industrialization, this era has seen a rise in pollution and uncontrolled exploitation of the world's resources. Scientist Frank Fenner has claimed that the Anthropocene era has had a greater impact on the world than the Ice Age or any destructive comet combined. He also claims that if we continue in this manner, humanity could be extinct by the year 2110. But will humanity be extinct in 100 years? The greatest threat to humanity is undeniably climate change, with the Earth dangerously overheating, largely thanks to pollution. It is accepted that global temperatures can rise by 2 degrees Celsius, and the world will be safe. But it is predicted that the temperature will really rise by 5 degrees by 2100. As a consequence, we will see melting ice caps, devastating droughts, and the destruction of habitats like coral reefs. Worryingly, the world could be free of ice caps as soon as 2018. In 2014, the UN published a 2,600-page document listing natural disasters that had already occurred due to climate change. These included the 2010 Pakistani floods, which affected 20 million and killed 2,000 people. The rapidly growing frequency of natural hazards is particularly concerning. While there were 743 reported disasters in the entire 1970s, this rocketed to 3,500 between 2001 and 2010. In 2010 alone, 42 million people were affected by these disasters. Lethal heat waves are also increasingly frequent. In fact, they are occurring 5 times as often as they would in a world untouched by humans. Researchers have suggested that the shocking Indian heat waves, which killed nearly 2,000 people in just 10 days, may be a predecessor of a catastrophic period of increasing global temperature. And as the world grows hotter, food will become scarcer, with wheat and maize crops expected to plummet by 60%. And it's not just the food that's running low. One of our biggest dangers is reaching the point of peak water, the moment in which the demand for this renewable resource begins to outstrip its availability. With no alternative to water, not only will millions die of thirst, but the ground will be unable to provide us with crops. Currently, there are 750 million people worldwide with no access to potable water sources, and 2/3 of the population are expected to be living in water-stressed regions by 2025. In 2015, science writer David Auerbach criticized the G7 summit for not doing enough to tackle the danger we are in. He has claimed that we are far past the point of salvation, as we are now at the point where simply reducing future emissions is not enough. In order to save humanity, we must develop technology to reverse the fumes already altering our atmosphere, a task the G7 summit has failed to invest sufficiently in. This means we are doing nothing to combat the damage that has already been done. However, leading scientists have proposed technological advances could also be threatening the survival of humanity. Dr. Nick Bostrom of the Future of Humanity Institute has compared our attitude to technology as like a dangerous weapon in the hands of a child. He says that of particular concern are advances in nanotechnology. Celebrated as a medical miracle, nanoparticles have the potential to aid cancer cures and allow amputees to regain sense of touch. Currently used in everything from sun cream to sports clothing, some nanoparticles have been found to be as toxic as bleach. They are so dangerous that in 2010 several Chinese factory workers dealing with these particles developed severe lung damage, and 2 died from their effect. Known as toxic gossip, the particles passed through the walls of tissue into the lungs, triggering cell death, causing the respiratory system to break down. Geneticist Sean O'Hagerty points out that while technology in a lab could be deemed perfectly safe, once unleashed into the world, it may have unforeseen and dangerous side effects. Thousands of nanotechnology-enabled products are currently in circulation across the globe, many of which we are using every day. However, with no substantial experience of how they work, we are uncertain about how dangerous these side effects could truly be, and what are the threats they pose. So could it be that we've already unleashed the technology that will herald humanity's destruction? As technology progresses at an alarming rate, and the natural world begins to turn against the species that have done it so much damage, it seems humanity is facing danger from all sides. And if we continue to play havoc with the world around us, the children of those born today could be the generation that witnesses humanity's destruction.
Up to 100 million species are thought to live on Earth, but with an estimated 0.1% of these dying out annually, we may be losing 100,000 species every year. It's time to take a look at extinction in numbers.